So instead of effectively balancing the karma, we complain about it. So how do we effectively balance it? Well, something comes up, we thank God for it.
Yes.
Because we know it's something that's overdue.
Yes.
You know?
Especially a situation that people consider, because of perspective again, being a bad situation. I'm trying to think of one that, has happened recently, but it's not coming to mind. But now when something bad comes up, I look at it and I go, all right, so this is a nice way to balance some karma. Let's get through this. I've got the help of the Ascended Masters. And when it's done, I move on to bigger and better things.
So thank you, and then you move on.
Thank God this is being balanced.
And that's the way it should be, right? I always use the example of, let's say for example, we had the example with when we had the minivan before this one.
Yes.
Remember, we took it to the mechanic, and the mechanic said, "Oh, you can't do anything else with this. Just buy a new vehicle, right?"
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then I had checked, and I was told, "No, you don't need to buy a new vehicle." So we didn't get a new vehicle. And one day we're driving in a different city. All of a sudden, the car's smoking. Remember that?
Yes.
Almost like on fire. It wouldn't move. I'm like, okay, it's time to buy a new vehicle because this thing is dead. And where were we? We were
right across the street from a dealership.
Exactly, right?
A dealership for the same brand vehicle that we had.
Right? And so then we said, wow, we're right across the street. So we called them, they said, just drive it in. You'll be fine. We're like, okay. But we're ready to spend all this money on this. And I said, you know what, let's be ready to buy a new vehicle. And then I even told you, if it's beyond this price, we're not buying it.
Right.
But we're ready to go in and buy a new vehicle.
And we looked at some, we were waiting for them to tell us what was wrong with ours.
Yeah.
And then they finally came back and they said, oh, well, you just had too much oil in there. We just removed it, and they took care of a couple other things. Spark plugs, yeah. The spark plugs were bad, and that was giving you all the information on your dashboard that was incorrect. So everything will be fine now. We were like, really?
Yeah. And then
it only cost a couple $100? And I'm like, huh?
Because I even asked him, I said, do we have to buy a new car? Like, oh, no. It was just a spark plug.
Right.
While the other guy told us, this car is dead, your engine is terrible.
Just trade it in, get rid of it.
And that wasn't the case. But throughout that whole time, because we knew we weren't supposed to get a vehicle, we didn't. And even though the car was smoking, we never complained. We just said, okay, well,
we'll see what's going to happen.
We're right here. And that's the thing you'll find out, that as long as you're connected with the Ascended Masters, even when something challenging comes up, it's always in a convenient way. Right?
It is.
Like we're right across the street from the dealership. We just walked across the street and we were right there.